in, well, welcome. For those of you who will be watching our webinar recorded, please feel free to send us any questions that you all have to our emails. And then this recording will be sent out to everyone for you to reference any questions that you all might have. So my name is Katie, and we also have Brittany on the call as well, joining me today. We are with On Point Events. We are a full-service tour operator for the most sought-out-after events around the world. So as well as the hottest tennis events, we also have some other really exciting sports coming up the next few years. This year in September, we have the Ryder Cup going to be in September. And then we will have the FIFA World Cup in the States, Canada, and Mexico next year. And then on the horizons in 2028, we will have the LA Olympics coming to the States. So we combine not only these iconic destinations and tourist areas around the world, but we combine them with incredible sporting events to create really that unforgettable experience for our clients. For today's agenda, some of the key takeaways that you all will need to know will be the first thing that we cover. We will also then go into who is going to be the perfect client for these types of tennis Grand Slam events. We will go into a bit more of a deep dive onto each of these specific events, as well as the travel packages and experiences that we have to offer your clients. And then at the end, we'll be able to help you go over some tips and questions to ask your clients to help qualify them for these events, as well as some just tips and tricks for these events as well. So our key takeaways, or the biggest things for you all to know today about these events, is that the tennis Grand Slam events are considered some iconic bucket list. So not only for our tennis enthusiasts, these are also just really big events for our clients just who are interested in going to sporting events in general. We work with these hotels and transportation and tour operators year after year. So we have those established relationships with them to be able to offer you those top luxury hotels and high demand tickets for our packages. We also offer 12% commissions on all of our travel packages. So typically for these events, we will see for an average package price for two people, just under 12,000. But of course that can increase, and we do offer those 12% commissions on all of our packages, including for the Grand Slam tennis events as well. And then the biggest thing for you all to take away today is to leverage us as your partner, not just your supplier. I'll get into a little bit more of that later on in the webinar, but really use our knowledge and expertise to your aid to be able to help offer these packages to your clients, and not just using us as another run-of-the-mill supplier. All right, so what type of travelers do we typically see going to these tennis events? Of course, we have our sport enthusiasts, especially if they do play tennis or the really popular pickleball right now. Any kind of racket sport, we do see an increase in FIT travelers going to these events. We also will see any kind of bucket list checkers. Again, like I mentioned, these are some of the premier sporting events in the world. We see a lot of couples and fringe trips going. This is a really fun, entertaining outing for them to go to. And then also specifically with Wimbledon and French Open, we will see these events popular as add-ons to already pre-planned, like say summer European trips. These are really easy, fun events to add on to those trips as like a pre or post planned trip extension. For those of you who do sell to corporate events, we also see these sports as great incentive programs, especially the US Open is very popular for our corporate groups, as well as the client entertainment. So as we go through each of these events today, be thinking about who in your client list would be great for you to reach out to for these trips. Digging into the basics for these events, I keep talking about tennis grand slam, what that term really means. So, to be a tennis grand slam winner, you have to win all four of the major yearly tournaments, all within a single calendar year. So, we start out the year with the Australian Open. That's going to be in January, February every year during their summer. So, that's going to be held in Melbourne. Then a few months later, we will move on to the French Open in Paris. That's going to be in June. And then just short after that, in July, will be Wimbledon in London. And then we will finish out the year with US Open in New York City in September. So to be that tennis Grand Slam winner, it is a very, very hard feat to do. You have to win all four of those tournaments all in a singular year. So it's very impressive when it's done. So for all of our sport event travel packages, we will include lodging and tickets. We can also offer private airport transfers and event day transfers as well. For each of these cities for the Tennis Grand Slam, we also have multiple tours and experience add-ons that we can offer for your clients as well, since we do know these cities very well and work with these tour operators year after year. We do have some really great tours and access into museums, and they can go to a Broadway show while they're in New York. Some of those really great experiences in those specific cities. And then also, like I mentioned previously, these events are really great for pre or post extension trips as well. So your clients will also have access to our operations team while they are directly on their trips. They can directly contact us as well so that we can be, again, your partner, not just your supplier for your clients. Moving on to talk about the venues, each of the Tennis Grand Slam venues are very unique. So using our expertise and knowledge is really imperative when it comes to recommending tickets. There are a few seating considerations that you will want to ask your clients before we start the proposal process so that we can start to really understand what kind of experience they're wanting and also to help manage those expectations. So do they want to be on sideline versus baseline? What session time do they prefer? Some of the events are sold in daytime or evening sessions, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Do your clients want to see more of ladies tennis or men's tennis? Some events will split them out based on sessions. What are their accessibility needs? Some clients might not be able to climb a lot of stairs. So knowing those kind of things beforehand. We also know these venues such as Wimbledon so well that we have an understanding of when the sun is going to be overhead and like what kind of sections that might affect. So really understanding, are your clients going to want to not be affected by weather as much versus they're okay kind of being out in the sun. And then also a really good question to ask your clients are what type of hospitality they are going to be wanting, and especially what kind of exclusivity they want. Do they want to have that private suite, or are they okay being more in a shared lounge? And is hospitality something that they are looking for? Okay, so we're going to touch on each of these events. We're going to go cyclical in the calendar year. So we will start with Australian Open. Since this has already passed just a few months ago, we will look ahead to 2026 and it will start just the last half of January and then finish up on February 1st. It will run 2 weeks every year. Our packages starting out price includes a 3-night hotel stay, airport transfers, and entry-level tickets. So for Australian Open, we start out just under 3,900, but more realistically, our clients are going to be looking to spend about 12,500 per person. But just entry level, it's going to be just under 3,900. So for Australian Open, these sessions are sold in individual sessions. So a daytime session is one ticket, and then you could also get a ticket for a nighttime session as well. So a lot of times we see clients wanting, to go for a full day of tennis and get tickets to daytime and nighttime. That's when we really start to see that entry level pricing starting to increase from that 3,900. The players play on a hard court, so it's that famous blue court picture there. And the court that they are on is inside of an indoor arena with a retractable roof. So it does help with kind of temperature control just a little bit. But if it's a really nice, pretty day, they can open up the roof as well. At Australian Open, they do have multiple levels of hospitality available, ranging anywhere from on-court seats with dining and a sushi room and VIP tour, all the way to more of a relaxed lounge with DJ and food and drinks. So just having that understanding that Australian Open does offer quite a range of hospitality if that's something that your clients are interested in. Next, we have the French Open. Again, French Open also runs for 2 weeks. It's going to be in the end of May into June. And the starting at per person is going to be a little bit lower than Australian Open, but Paris does have so many different tours and experiences, add-ons. It's completely endless. So this event can end up being a great add-on for that summer European extension for your trip. Also, like the Australian Open, the tickets are going to be sold for an individual session. So you can pick to go in the day or in the evening, or you can pick to go to both, but they are sold individually. The French Open is going to be the only Grand Slam event played on clay. So that's why it has that very famous orange look, almost looks like sand, but it is a clay court. This arena does have a retractable roof, but for rain, it's not necessarily going to be temperature controlled in there. So just keeping that in mind, especially once we're starting to get to June, it's going to get a bit hotter in Paris. And then again, multiple levels of hospitality are available, depending on if your clients are looking for more of a shared space or a private, exclusive suite for them. We can also look a little bit deeper here for French Open, all of the different ticket options that we do have available, ranging all the way up at the top for the category 3, and then ranging all the way down this black area here. That is their version of kind of on-court hospitality options. So we do have multiple different ticket levels available for clients for French Open as well. Now, moving on to Wimbledon, this is talking about iconic tennis. Wimbledon is about as iconic as you can get. So therefore, the starting at price point is going to be a little bit more expensive than our other ones. This is also going to be a 2-week event running in July there in London. It's going to be the only event played on grass, and like the French Open, it has a retractable roof, but not necessarily going to be that perfect temperature controlled. But just in case it does rain, they do have some options there. There are multiple levels of hospitality within Wimbledon as well, but main thing about Wimbledon is that your ticket is reserved for all sessions all day. So this is going to be different from the other events in that they are individual sessions. Your ticket is your seat all day. So I'm going to touch a little bit more on that here. So the only tickets that are legally resellable are debenture tickets for Wimbledon. So Wimbledon is considered one of the hardest tickets to get in tennis, and that's the main reason. These tickets are owned by debenture holders and are essentially season tickets for 5-year terms. You can see their locations here in purple. It's going to be kind of that mid-range area of the courts. And so your ticket gets your seat for all sessions that day. You also have access to other courts and all of the courts outside as well. So you can go and bounce around. But that main center court is where most of the action is going to be taking place. You will also have daily access to exclusive lounges that have private bars and bathrooms, and also debenture-only restaurants. This is something very unique to Wimbledon, and we can help assist with restaurant reservations as well. There are some restaurants that are lunch only, there are some that are afternoon tea only, and there's one restaurant that you can reserve your seat all day as well. That's very popular, which makes it a very fantastic hospitality option for your clients because their seats are reserved all day. You can also get a restaurant reservation that holds their table all day as well. So Wimbledon really is a really great all-encompassing experience. Moving on to the last event is going to be the US Open. This is going to be held end of August into September in New York City. Again, our package prices are inclusive of a 3-night hotel stay, entry-level tickets to one session, and then round-trip airport transfers. So this will start just under where Wimbledon started, but doesn't have quite as wide of a range of average price. We are going to go back to the individual sessions for day and night, just like we were for Australian and French Open. US Open is going to be played on a hard court, so like Australian Open was. And it also does have a very similar arena stadium with a retractable roof to help with that temperature control just a little bit. But since we're moving into September in New York City, it's going to be very nice weather. You also have multiple different hospitality levels available, depending on what your clients are looking for. But a really great option here again for your corporate clients are we can get private suites for them. So again, if you have anyone looking for incentives for their group or for client entertainment, US Open is a really great option for that, and we can get them all into a big private suite together. So I've touched on many different things, but to help put all of these questions back together, again, to help get your most personalized proposal for your clients, we're going to be looking at dates of travel. All of these tournaments are running about 2 weeks long, so understanding their priorities is very important. Are they looking to fit this experience into a pre-planned trip, or are they only traveling for this event? It's also important to understand, do they want to go and specifically see towards the later of the tournament, the semifinals or finals, or are they okay watching some of the earlier rounds of the tournament? And then also understanding that that will affect the budget as well. Also, some venue considerations. Is it the view of the court that's important to them? Is it accessibility to the seats? Is it the hospitality? Understanding all of those go into when picking your tickets. And then also, what else do they want to do while in town? Do they want to take a tour of the city? Have they ever been to London before? Have they ever been to Paris? If they go to New York, do they want to go and see a Broadway show or take a tour of the city? What other experiences can we offer them? That really is going to set apart their experience than just going and buying tickets. And then, of course, what is their budget? That's always a big question. What is their budget? And then I just threw a reminder on here as well that we do offer 12% commission for our travel advisors. So some key sales tips. If there's one thing I want you all to know leaving here today is to help us help you. I gave you a very high-level overview of the Tennis Grand Slam events, but I don't expect you to become experts within 30 minutes. That's what we're here for. There are many, many details that go into these events, and so being able to lean on us for our expertise to be able to help your clients is going to be very beneficial for you all. Here are also some key tips for you all. You have already signed up and watched this webinar, so you can check that one off your list. But if there are other events that you would like to know more about, we do have our travel advisor tab on our website, and you can scroll down and we have some different pre-recorded webinars already on our website for Kentucky Derby, for Masters and things like that. Also on our website, we do have our white label brochure marketing materials. You all can download straight off of the website there and share with your clients for all of our major events that we're offering. And if you all have a client interested in an event that we don't necessarily have already on our website, just reach out to us and we can absolutely help you and help create some of that marketing material for you all. We are here to be your partner, not just your supplier. We say that often, but really what that means is we are an extension of your brand and what you want to offer your clients. We can easily hop on a three-way call to consult with your clients, with you on it as well. This really gives us a full understanding of what they want out of their trip, help manage their expectations, and also offer experiences maybe we didn't touch on today, or maybe you didn't know existed. On also understanding that major sports travel has major price tags to match. So oftentimes when clients may be hesitant to share their budget because they don't know what it would cost, we use a bracketing technique. You'll see it in all of our marketing materials, and then I also had it on the event slides today. We'll use a starting price so that clients just know what does it take to just simply get into these events and travel there. But then we also use an average price as well so that we can help manage those expectations of, while this is the starting price to get in, realistically, this is more of what our clients will typically spend on average. All right, so I have talked a lot. Do we have any questions? I do have a few here that are typically very popular. So do you only sell full travel packages, or can we buy tickets only from you? We are, like I mentioned, a full service tour operator, so we will sell those full packages. What deposit do you require and what is the payment schedule? So this typically will depend on when a package is booked. If it's 6 months out or more, then we will typically see a 25% deposit and then evenly split up into payments from there. But then, of course, that deposit amount may increase the closer that we get to the actual event. So that one is a little bit flexible on when you all, when they are booking. Commission rate and when it's paid, fantastic number, 12% is going to be your commission, and then we will cut checks within 2 weeks of the event. And then do you have packages for other sporting events? Yes, we do. We have packages for all major sporting events in the world. So Kentucky Derby, Masters, of course, all of our tennis events, Ryder Cup, winter, summer games. We do soccer, EPL, anything over in Europe, and then of course our FIFA World Cup. But if there's something that you have clients specifically looking for, then we can always customize and help work with you guys for those packages.
Looks like we do have one question, which was, do you offer packages for BNP Paribas tournament? Yes, we do. So that is something we can assist with. Feel free to send us an email with your specific request, and we can assist you with that. Oh, another question. For popular golf events like the Masters, how far in advance do clients need to book? I can answer that.
Yeah.
So even for the Masters for this year, which is happening in just a few weeks, we're still selling. Obviously, the earlier the better. A lot of hotels at this point are sold out for Masters this year. We are already selling for 2026. It is never too early. We're selling for 2028 events. So earlier the better, but we sell up until the event. So, any requests that you have, just let us know, Chrissy. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay, great. Well, again, this webinar is going to be sent out to you all, and then we'll also live on our webpage as well. And then other webinars are up on our webpage. But thank you all for joining, and please email us if you guys have any questions.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.